Hey guys, Shin Dragon here, and today guys we're going to be doing another video as always, but today I'm going to be going over how to set up Pcsx2. This is a PlayStation 2 emulator that you can have on your PC that allows you to play, obviously, PlayStation 2 games, just specifically though that console. So I'm not going to talk super long, I hope you guys enjoy. Anyways, let's get right into the video. Alright guys, let's get right into the video. So anyways, what we're going to start, you do not have to do this by all means, but I'm going to do this for the sake that I already have this, that I already have PCSX2 installed. So for me, I'm just going to do a new text document. Like I said, you do not have to do this. I'm going to name it portable ini. This is totally fine. We want to do this. And then once we do here, we're going to open up the software, PCX2 dash QT. This is going to open up this. From here, you change your language. You can change the theme of whatever you want it. You can change it to different themes. It's not showing. There you go. You can do that if you want. I'm going to keep mine on just Dark Fusion. I think this is a good one. So change it however you want. Next in here, this is where your BIOS is going to be. This is a super important. You can definitely find BIOSes online. I'm not going to explain how because it's not allowed in. It's not allowed. Probably my video will get taken down or something along those lines, so I'm not going to show you how. But for my case, I already have a PS2 BIOS over here, so for me, I would just want to go to desktop, and then PC2. You're not going to see it, but here it shows up right here. Like I said, there's multiple different bins, there's multiple different BIOSes you can get. This is the one I'm using. Anyways, down here, oh, it's my bad. We have to click on it and then do next. This is where your games are gonna go. So it's good to have a place where these are, for my sake and purpose of this video. I'm gonna just show it real quick. I'm gonna go compressed. This is where mine are. I'm gonna go to PS2. I already have some games. As you can see here, I did a gameplay video of Silent Hill Origins. But like I said, this is completely up to you where you want your games to install or where you want your games to be, but make sure they are extracted. In this case, as you can see, they're just folders. So we're gonna just select this folder. Would you like to scan it? We are gonna click yes. It's just gonna scan for games. This is completely up to you how you want to do this. You can change it. As you can see here, you can do keyboard or mouse if you want. For either controller type, you typically are gonna want DualShock 2. And you can do the same one if you have another device that you want to connect it to. So in this case, if I wanted to, I could do keyboard for one, mouse in the other. It's completely up to you. Like I said, with that being said, we're going to do this, and now it is complete. This is a new update. I'm not going to do this just yet because I do have games installed. But we are going to just skip this update for now. As you can see here, the games are installed. I might show in a different video how to get the thumbnails. I haven't figured that part out just yet. But here's the exciting part. Now that once we have everything completely set up, we are going to go to our settings. We are going to go to graphics. This is where you can change your graphics depending on the game you want, etc. Like, if you want to change the graphics, for example, you'd want to go here. I'll explain this in a second, but for now, we're going to focus on the display. This one you can't really change. It's always going to be borderless full screen. There is a way to make it so it automatically runs in full screen. But for the sake of it, we're just going to have it borderless. As you can see here, we can change our different aspect ratios. We can just have it to fit it to window full screen. We can do standard, widescreen, native. Typically what the settings that you see here are just fine the way they are. You do not need to change them whatsoever. It's up to you about how you want to play it. It's really just about testing, about what really works great. Every game is different, so some are going to be better for like widescreen while others not so much. And I would recommend just keeping it on auto standard, interlace progressive. As you can see here, this is perfectly fine as it is. Most of these other settings aren't really all that necessary, if I'm being honest. I haven't needed to switch them. I do recommend anti-blur for this. This just makes it so your games look so much smoother, just so much better. It really does help. And I also recommend apply widescreen patches just for games. That's what I've been using when I played Silent Hill Origins. So This is definitely a good one. I definitely keep this on. If it doesn't work or if it doesn't look good, just turn it off and just change your aspect ratio. Not a super big deal, but that is an option too. So I'm gonna keep this on just for now. Next thing we're gonna go to rendering. Blending accuracy. Games will give you a warning or a pop up telling you what accuracy or blending accuracy the game should be at. You will get a message about that, so just leave this as for now. This is just basic. Sometimes they'll tell you to have it full. That's the one I've seen most, but like I said, just keep it on basic for, like I said, most of these settings are perfectly fine. There is one I'll tell you about that I would recommend switching is this one, internal resolution. If basically this is just graphics wise, so typically for most cases, if you're like me who runs on 1920 by 1080, you're gonna want this one. There's a bunch of different options you can choose from if you really want. It tells you which one it is. This is 4K. We have HD plus. In my case, I would actually just use this one native FHD since I'm running on 1920 by 1080p. This will looks great as it is. Seriously, this is it. It looks great. I've run this before. That's what I did when my video, and it looked great. So you don't need to go too fancy with this setting. This is if you want it to basically look exactly like you would on a PlayStation 2, then this is your option. But if you want to increase your graphics, it's all about your monitor and just what you're running on and everything. So for me, I would just do 1080p. Like I said, all these other settings I haven't needed to switch because they're not needed. It's all about really about what you want. You could do this, you could turn this up if you wanted there. I don't know how you pronounce it, but the filtering, you could turn that up if you really wanted to, but you really don't need to. It looks fine even just with this. So that's just something to include. Uh, don't need to do anything like this. Don't need to load textures. You can do shade boost if you wanted to. I've done this before. I've used it, and you can do FXAA. These aren't super needed. These aren't really necessary, but they do help. Um, and this is where you can show in game. These will show up if you want. So if you want to show your CPU usage, your resolution, all this stuff. These are just little indicators, like right here. It says show FPS, all that stuff. If you want it to show in the top right corner, it will show in, like I said, in the top right corner. And then recording, don't need to do anything like that. And so the last thing I would recommend too is changing your adapter to whatever your graphics card is. In my case, it'd be the GTX 1066 gigabytes. So, and the last thing too I should point out is rendering, and this is completely fine. It will automatically choose whichever is best. From what I've understood, Vulkan is a good one. And so I think it's OpenGL is also good, but I'd say these three are probably your best bet. These look best and work pretty well from what I've read and understood. But test it, and if you're not entirely sure, just put it automatic. It doesn't make a huge difference whatsoever. I'm sorry, I wish I could give off better guides for every setting, but like I said, I haven't needed to. These are the ones I listed are all fine the way they are. Some little tip I thought I'd mention. This is something I didn't realize. You can right click on it and go to properties, and this is kind of shows up a whole new like page, which now you can see here it goes cheats and patches. Maybe in a different video I'll show you how you can get these exactly. Um, I'll show in a different video probably how do you get these, just a short little video, but for now, these chances are you're not going to have these. These are going to be completely, you won't see anything here. So like I said, don't need to do that, and cheats, don't need to worry about that. And besides that, you can see here your memory card is here if you want. With that, yeah, I'm not trying to think of anything else. The last thing I could mention too is controllers. If you go to controllers, like I said, you don't need to mess with any of this. The only thing, if you want to use mouse, you just enable this one. That's all you really need to do. It depends on what you're using. If you're using 360 Xbox One, then this would be your best bet. I would enable that. But for me, I already have it set up right now. This is all my keyboard, which what's super nice is, like I said before, they have the automatic mapping, so you can change it to whatever you want. I already have it set up the way I want, so I'm not going to mess with this, but and you can always clear it, change it, and same goes for whatever devices you have. Like I said, most chances you're going to use DualShock 2. Most of these you won't need. So just keep it on DualShock, I would recommend, unless you have one of these other devices, which if you do, then you can obviously switch to those, but just keep it on DualShock for now. And yeah, anyways, guys, that's going to be my tutorial for how to set up Pcsx2. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if I should do more videos like this, and chances are next video I make or sometime in the future I will show you how to do the patches and some other tips if need be. So anyways, thank you guys almost so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.